stop tracker. Hi guys, welcome to another video. Excuse my terrible face, it's because I'm really tired. But today's video is going to be a day in my life with Akiflow, who has invited me to try out their app. This video is not sponsored, but they did provide me with the premium subscription to try out, and I've just been using this app for the past month or so, and I've been really loving it, so I wanted to show you guys how you could use it to connect every single productivity app you use and have a really functional, productive workflow. And today on my agenda, I'm planning to edit our October studio vlog, or this video, for Friday for my patrons. Today I'm also going to color my sister's pottery, which she has invited me to color, and actually Time Traveler, I've already did that, but spoiler alert. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and let's get into my day. Also, Nahida Day. Nahida Day. Before we get started with my day though, I wanted to give you a little tour of how I plan my day in Akiflow, because they have this thing called rituals right here, and you can do your daily planning in here. Once you click into it, you can have a look at your tasks you did yesterday, and you can also add your labels to it if you didn't add any labels. So they're basically like hashtags, so you can categorize your tasks that you did. So you can have a little summary of how long you spent on each label, and here you can see I spent this amount of time on this amount of things. And then I can also add some other tasks that I actually did, but it didn't add for some reason, so that the time tracking would be accurate. So then we will go to the next day, and then once we move on, you can have a look at your inbox and today. And here you can see that in my inbox and today view, there are actually a couple of tasks that has the Notion icon in it, and it's because this app has a Notion integration which you can link to different databases. So I have linked it to my task database and my content database. For tasks, I only asked it to import tasks that are assigned to me because I share the database with my sister and I don't want to see her tasks. And I also set the date to be a to-do date. So whatever date I input for the task, it means that I want to do the task on that date. And that is different from my content database, which includes all my content. And I set the date for that date property to be a deadline, because I want to see the deadline for that video, but I don't necessarily want to work on the deadline, you know? That is the difference of importing through Notion, and that is really convenient because I have my Notion right in the next window, and I can add tasks over here so I can keep track of my tasks with my sister's tasks, and yet also time block it. As we all know, Notion is not the best at calendars. So yeah, and here I can also add different tasks based on my inbox. So now I can add some tasks. Remember to assign it to myself and then add a status, not started. Once you check it off in Akiflow, it also sets your status to done if you have that enabled. And I also wanted to tag it back to my content page via relation. So I have it here. I added this. When I go back to Akiflow, I should see that there. Here in Akiflow, you can see there are more tasks there now. So I can block it in my calendar. I always try to remember to leave out a block of time for lunch so I could remember to have lunch. So yeah, that is how I plan my day. You might notice here, the time is now. This is the time now, and I left it blank because usually in the morning I like to go through my footage and do some other admin stuff, so I don't want to necessarily block that time out. And that is okay. If you're learning time blocking, that is okay. That is acceptable. You don't have to fill in every single minute of your day. And I'm just going to go through yesterday's footage and take a look at how it's gonna work, because I am gonna edit the October video vlog later, so going through the footage would help. Welcome back. Now we're gonna pull. I think I'm gonna leave just Nilo in my team because she's the most devout believer. Nahida! Let me show you guys my pity. I'm at 5 pity. You guys. Free to play magic.
Let's do that.
Oh shoot. I haven't been there. I've just finished my lunch and this is what you can see, my meal time. And this is actually an event I created through the mobile app called A Tracker. I've talked about it multiple times, but it's basically just a start and stop tracker that I used to track my time. Start it like this, stop it like this. They also have the new dynamic island feature, so you can look at everything really conveniently. I used to use this to track my work times also because they have these analytics, but now that I use Akiflow, I don't use it anymore. But I still use this for personal stuff like reading, Genshin, manga, walking my dogs. It just syncs to my Google Calendar, so it also shows up on Akiflow on my timeline. And as I've said before, the tasks from Akiflow also syncs to my Google Calendar. So when I go to my preferred calendar app, which is Amy, which I also have a video for if you haven't seen it, I will see the tasks that I have done and the tasks I have planned and also my meal times, etc. So everything is just grouped in one calendar so I can see everything really conveniently. And this is really good because even though Akiflow does have a mobile app in development, it remains quite limited. So this is all you can see. There's no calendar and there are no analytics. So there are no weekly views also. So I would just prefer to go into Amy and look at everything that I've done as like a log with everything else all at once here. So that's why I prefer everything being synced to Google Calendar. Also, change of plans to what I'll be working on today because my sister has finished making a batch of bowls that we'll be using as our family bowls. And I was asked to paint them, so I'll be painting them for the rest of the day and maybe edit the October vlog when I'm free. And that's what I'll be doing. The other thing that I had planned on my to-do today was planned to be published next week anyway, so I still have time for that. Yeah, so. How it's now typhoon signal number 8, but the trees aren't even slightly moving. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but listen to this. Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is my terrible. Today's video is going to be a day in my life with Akiflow. Before we get started with the video, I want to give you a moment how I plan my day. Editing the majority of this video. And it is basically the end of my workday since I've already done the most of the things that I have planned. I'm doing these tasks and I've also adjusted them throughout the day so it looks completely different. I move it so I still have a correct, accurate record of what I've been doing. As I'm doing this, I also want to share with you guys how I use Akiflow outside of what I've talked about. So the one that I use the most is the shortcut key, which you just press Option space to enter any task. As I had shown you before, I also like to use Notion to import tasks. But aside from that, I also use an app called Todoist to input my personal tasks. And Todoist is also linked to my Akiflow so that I could also time block these things here. And the reason why I like to use Todoist is because I can access it on my Apple Watch. I can add tasks in my Apple Watch, and that makes it really convenient because sometimes I just don't have my phone with me, be it outside or be it at the studio. And it's just way more convenient to be able to just add tasks right from my watch. So that is why I sometimes also use Todoist to input my personal tasks. Another reason is that you can view all of your Todoist tasks in your widget, so that is also really convenient on my phone. And as my day has come to an end, I like to go to my daily shutdown and look at what I worked on today. The things that I did, I would also assign some labels so I could have an accurate tracking over here. So when I'm done, I will know what I've worked on this day. And throughout the day, you can also look at the overview, which is the same as the summary. You don't necessarily have to go to the daily shutdown just to look at your stats. So that is basically it. That was my day. It is dark outside now, and I think I'll edit a little bit more and then go home. So that was my day with Akiflow. Thank you so much, Akiflow, for providing me with this subscription to try out, and it's been a really good journey with Akiflow. It's been such a helpful tool. And if you guys are interested, you can use my referral link in the description below to start your free trial with, so you can start using it to manage your tasks and plan your time. See you in the next one. 서로를 괴롭히지 말고